Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 011111911.
I know you're big into, conspiracy theories for a lot of things. Not everything is a conspiracy theory to you. But there's a new one out now. Listen to what this guy says. He goes outside. And he's like, wait a second. Something is not right.
So it's crazy foggy right now. But that's not the weird part. Like, number one, it's weird because as it gets later in the day, fog should lighten, dissipate. But the weirdest part is the taste and smell. It smells like after you set off a bunch of fireworks, and like the taste of the air is, the only word I can think of is toxic, and it's kind of worrying me a little bit.
I guess there's a number of Americans alarmed by what they're calling chemical fog spreading across the U.S., sparking a bioweapon conspiracy theories that maybe, remember these drones that were everywhere?
Yeah. How can you forget them? Is it happening in like New Jersey and the Pennsylvania and New York area, or is it?
This was down in Florida.
Well, it could drift. Down.
A Florida resident said that he felt sick after being outside in the fog for just 10 minutes.
Is it foggy in Florida? I didn't know it was foggy.
I've never really been outside of a quick trip to Miami International, if that's what it's called.
I've been lots of times. I've never seen fog, but I'm always going in the summertime too. Maybe they do have a wintertime phenomenon, or maybe they don't, and this fog rolls in, and then everybody gets sick, and then it's actually what they say it is. I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore, Jeremy. After 2020 and all that stuff,
and with AI, it's like UFOs, the Bigfoot, ghosts, anything. AI can be generated. And, like the other day, my buddy shows me this picture. It's a face, a Bigfoot, because he knows I like to follow the Bigfoot stuff. He goes, look at this. You think this is real? I go, let me ask you. For 50 years now, we've been seeing grainy, fuzzy videos. And all of a sudden, boom, we've got the clearest picture of one's face, like zoomed in. Like, no, come on. Yeah. That doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. And he's like, ooh, that's AI.
Exactly. These drones that were flying around New Jersey and stuff. I was listening to a podcast, and this guy came on, and he's like one of your Bigfoot experts, but he's experts in UFOs and things like that. And the amount of confidence
he does both Bigfoot and
No. He is like the Bigfoot. The UFO equivalent of your Bigfoot. Wasn't there a guy named Jeff that you like to follow?
There is no experts. He is a doctor and a scientist. He's got his PhD, and Jill. Works in cryptozoology.
Jill was a doctor too.
Well, that's fine, but this is his expertise.
Okay. I'll just say it.
Is following around primates, and he's the one that's come up with
makes you a doctor.
These casts that they make out of plaster that they have dermal ridges in it. Like, look at your hand. What makes your fingerprint? And those are dermal ridges. And
so anyway,
that's what he's telling me. Well, don't ask me a question.
I'm not going to go down the Bigfoot route.
I'm not. I'm done right there. I was talking about Dr. Jeff Meldrum from Idaho State University.
Yes, not the guy. Okay. That's the guy. So this guy is like that guy. Okay. Well, he was talking about these drones, and he said, oh, yeah, that's likely either China or some other surveillance, doing surveillance on the United States, or it's probably likely United States intelligence as well, trying to get up there and see what's going on in certain areas. This is
Could it just be
new.
Where they're testing stuff on their own people to see if it can be discovered, or what it does, before they send it over to be, a spy.
The fact that is an okay response, like we should be relieved by that, tells us that we are not where we need to be. Like the technology leap has gone too far. Then in a couple of breaths later, he said, there's actually 90% of what you see as UFOs. They travel with no fuel. And the host of the podcast was like, what do you mean? Like, they don't need fuel to travel. They've perfected the electromagnetic fields and have been able to use electromagnetic fields to travel. In fact, humans have done this as well. It's just they can't let it be known, because if they let it be known, then they're handing over the keys to the castle. So
they're using the electromagnetic spectrum as energy to transport from place to place. I see.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, there's he said
there's more energy in your coffee cup. Like there's enough energy in your coffee cup to basically take out the world. That's what he said. And I was like, okay, well, this guy's
that sounds crazy, but why aren't we using that to power cars?
Because if you did, then you wouldn't have and this is what his main point was. If you did that, then everybody would live in peace and harmony if it was harnessed and people were able to use it like the way that the people in the know. But the people in the know that use it need to have power of it. It's more of a power issue than it is a energy issue.
And that's where
all this other stuff, gas, windmills, or windmills, as you like to call them.
Windmills. I'm hungry. Sometimes I say mills.
And this is a conspiracy theorist, and I don't believe everything that this guy said.
Right.
Okay. But the way he talked about it and how he made sense, made it definitely believable.
It's almost like conspiracy theory is the new reality show. You know what I mean? Like all these conspiracy theory shows. Remember reality shows were all the hit in the 90s. And now, they're whatever. My wife still watches, I think, the Jersey Shore Family Vacation's coming back. The Housewives. It's terrible TV, but she watches it. But she'd probably say, some of the stuff I watch is bad, like the Bigfoot stuff. But it's interesting to me, and I believe that conspiracy theories is the new form of entertainment now. And that's why we're never going to get to the bottom of anything, because people are just now creating content that's not even true.
I kind of feel
just
that
for
too.
entertainment purposes.
Like this guy, I couldn't take what he was saying. I had to take all of it with a grain of salt, because I don't know what his intentions are. Nobody knows what anybody's intentions are now. So, while he's making a convincing story and it's believable the way he's telling it, maybe he's just a really good storyteller. How can I believe him? And now you can't trust anything. And you know what I blame on that? 2020.
805-543-3693. If you have thoughts, we'd love to hear them.
JJ Fact Checker. He's Dan. He's Dan that eats meat. He believes that the government has manufactured the drones to locate, follow, and observe the Bigfoot community. And the reason we don't see more Bigfoot is because they have portals that they can travel through to get to inner Earth, where they actually live. They don't live out of they just get a breath of fresh air every once in a while. The only way to be able to truly see what is going on is by blocking the transmitters that control our brains, because we do have transmitters in our brains, apparently, and make us see what the government wants us to see by wearing tinfoil hats and eating flaming Cheetos. So that's a dig at us for believing in conspiracy theories. Listen, I'm sure, do you think conspiracy theories are made up of wild imaginations? Like when I think about vehicles and spaceships and things like that powering each other by electromagnetic fields and magnets and however they do it, based on what we know, I think it's far-fetched. It sounds far-fetched. But who's to say that we're all knowing? I mean,
well, no, I think there's truth to conspiracy theories. I think there's a little bit of truth to conspiracy theories. I mean, a lot of times you'll see certain conspiracy theories coming true. There's other ones that have never been proven. Yeah.
So, well, Rich writes in, he says, I believe if you look it up, there are roller coasters that run on electromagnetic energy. I have seen that before, but that's on a rail. Okay. like that is attached to a rail so you don't go flying off. And yes, they are. It's those ones that launch you. It's called the Incredicoaster now, but I'm trying to think. It's the one at Disneyland, California, where you come around the corner and then you stop and then it launches you, and then you go
like an aircraft carrier.
Kind of, but you stay on.
Are you talking about the one that does the big loop in California Adventure?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe that uses the technology of an aircraft carrier. That's what was built into that. That launches a F-16 or whatever their fighter jet is off the deck of an aircraft.
So
carrier.
is that what
it's the same technology? I believe that's what it is.
So it's
steam.
They launch with that and then use gas when they get up in the air because they can't use the same propulsion methods.
No,
jet fuel.
You don't know how a roller coaster works? It's just gravity. I mean, it's just they have chains that take you up.
Yes,
and the chain takes you up, and then you go. Not. No, it does not. So this one, it just shoots you and you go.
Yeah.
And it's been years since I've been on it, so
but
I don't know if there's another spot where there's a chain that grabs you and pulls you up or not. But
maybe. I hate chain ones. Once you ride whatever technology that is, it was called California Screamin'. Thank you. Once you ride one of those and then you get on a roller coaster with chain, it's like driving a new car and then driving my dad's 1974 Duster. It's just a huge difference.
Kyle writes in, he says, drones are a distraction. Something big is going on, and it's going to happen. Not sure if it's a war, alien, something in 2025.
Do we need
He's very has a lot of anxiety about that. Kyle, I don't know if I agree with you on that. I think I still don't know about the drone thing. I guess I haven't given it enough thought or credit.
If it was happening here, I would. If it's because it's happening in New Jersey, the last place I ever want to visit. I don't care.
Your thoughts are welcome. 805-543-3690.
Especially northern New Jersey, man. No way.
Brian in Napomo, the mayor of Napomo, on the line. Go ahead, buddy.
Good morning, gentlemen. I heard you soliciting thoughts on conspiracy theories.
Love them. Bring them.
Hell yes. Hell yes. So, electromagnetic pulse fields and propulsion technology.
Yes, that's what I think that was being referenced. It's all very big words to me.
Yes, for sure.
I just know that they're traveling without fuel and they're using magnets.
So there's some interesting stuff about this. Oh, man, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but there was a guy who worked out in Roswell for like a couple of years, and he actually broke a big story on this. I'm pretty sure it's still the Joe Rogan episode with the most views, unless he got Trump to beat it.
Wow. Okay.
But he was working out there, and he was talking about downed UFOs and reverse engineering the technology, the propulsion technology and stuff. Very, very interesting stuff. The angle of them having to keep it secret because of the profitability is absolutely believable, because you can't, you don't have the technology. We haven't perfected this, obviously, or we'd be running around with awesome jets and stuff. That we know of. So to have this be at a scale that can be able to scale at everyone having this technology in 2 or 3 cars at their house, we are nowhere near that. So, of course, the profitability of the oil company or any alternative energy, any energy form, is incentivized to keep it hush hush.
Yes.
Very interesting stuff. If you ever get want to go down a rabbit hole, look into cars powered by water or hemp oils or anything like that, and how these inventors end up going missing or disappearing.
Yeah, I remember.
Very interesting.
I mean, this is not, and it's not that technology that you speak of. Cars operated by water. I mean, steam engines. I mean, and
it's hydrogen power too. Is what they're not doing steam anymore. They're looking at hydrogen power.
Right. In 5th grade, when I was in 5th grade, okay, this is a very long time ago. All right. My 5th grade teacher would go on and on because he was a big environmental. I mean, he would always talk about the ozone layer and all that stuff. And he'd say,
hippies.
And he'd always talk about the, that, cars powered by water are a possibility, and they can be made. And this was in 1986. You know, I mean, it's a long time. There's no progression in it because of these lobbies and people who make money off of energy.
I'm pretty sure it was Henry Ford who had a hemp-powered car.
See, there you go. Is hemp plentiful enough, though, to
hemp? Oh God, they banned it because they were worried about the paper mills and cotton. So they got together and banned it. A field of hemp can produce way more material than a field of trees or cotton. It's wildly infinite.
It's amazing the mob mentality that exists in all of life.
It's crazy that we don't know more about it because they pay off our people that speak truth to power.
Yeah. Yeah. But a lot of that has changed.
Journalists.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, you're just in need of therapy, Brian.
Oh, trust me, I am.
Thanks for calling in, buddy.
You guys have a good day.
You know, it's funny. So the hydrogen car is an electric car, but instead of being powered by a battery, it's powered by hydrogen cells, which literally is water vapor that comes out of the exhaust or whatever that would be. And it seems super efficient. My buddy was all into this because he's in the stock market and he was looking at Toyota, Honda, I think Hyundai. They're big in the production of these right now, meaning they're the three major manufacturers that are doing this. But there's still not very many produced yet. But they are.
Do you remember when they hit the scene though? Like the big talk was, oh, they're an explosion hazard. I mean, and this is like 20 years ago. Like
it's scare tactics, right?
Yes,
this is,
yeah, exactly. They're explosion, quick to dismiss. Nobody ever talks about it anymore because the oil industry, the electric industry, they have lots of money to gain from these things. Like if the climate warriors really were productive in what they wanted to achieve, and I think there is some corruption to the climate warriors. Like obviously the electric grift is huge. I mean, you have people leaving jobs as mayors to go work for electric companies, but if they really wanted to solve the climate crisis, they would focus on developing the technology for hydrogen or for this electromagnetic thing that moves UFOs around. Somehow they would do that, right? But they don't want to solve that problem because once they solve that problem, the money dries up. It's all financial. So while we sit here and we wax on about conspiracy theories, is it all too conspiratorial when you look at it and you say, well, at the end of the day, you're like, follow the money?
I think part of it is, we're just on the cusp of, developing things and new technology. And so those theories are going to run rampant through certain people, and you're kind of one, in some instances. You'll hear something about the government and you won't like it. And you're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. And you'll be like, hey, have you heard about this? I'll be like, well,
yeah, because I don't trust a damn thing.
I know you don't. And I'm fine with that. And I'm not saying trust anybody either.
Your fearless leader tripped up the stairs on day one, but he's totally fine.
So anyways, I could totally see that happening. But anyways, yes, this hydrogen thing seems to be great. I mean, and it's water. I mean, it's literally you put water in your car. There's a lot of there's a lot of development. They're trying to get this thing up and running by 2030 because of this mandate that the Biden administration and the Newsom administration had put on California. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. But my thing is, listen, you can't put a date on when you're going to stop developing fuel-powered vehicles, diesel and gasoline-powered vehicles. I mean, it's the marketplace.
Right.
When you design something that will haul 20,000 pounds behind it, then and it's cheaper to run and you don't have to pay the fuel price, then people will switch.
The marketplace will decide.
People will switch, yes. But until you do that,
just like in the marketplace of ideas, the marketplace has ran out of tolerance for BS. And we're starting to see things now a little bit more clearly.
I mean, I think everybody feels this way. To me, this is just common sense. I mean, you don't quit a job until you have another job. Otherwise, you sit on your ass. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess then you get unemployment and the government, could file
which is everyone.
A completely different mindset. It just will be inaugurated here in, 13 days. So it'll be interesting to see where energy things.
Well,
I know that Trump's administration is going to be big on energy. Of course, it's not, Greenpeace is going to be favorite subject because we're talking about, natural energy that comes, from the earth, gases and oils and things like that. And then, of course, Biden yesterday putting his big, bill out there that it's no more additional drilling for oil, which I found out Trump just can't reverse. That's going to have to go through Congress. Well, guess what? Got that too.
Yeah, but no. It's a tight margin, man. Watch this whole thing go down with Mike Johnson.
Don and Los Osos, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Nice to hear from you, Don.
Wow, it's been a while.
Well, thank you.
What have you been up to, brother?
Well, I heard my buddy Brian over the radio. He did a pretty good job, what he said.
Yeah? What are your thoughts on it?
My thoughts are that we could keep the fuel and everything, but they're talking about recycling the carbon monoxide, make it zero emissions.
Oh God, there's so much this is all bigger for me. I don't have the time and energy to focus on all this stuff. You got magnets towing UFOs around at hypersonic speeds. You've got hydrogen cars. You've got now what do you say? Carbon monoxide, recycling the carbon monoxide. I mean, dude, I just want to be able to get in a car, push a button, and go.
So what Don does is he works on small gas engines. He's done it for decades. Your lawnmowers, your your blowers, anything that runs with a small gas engine. And I got to tell you, I just bought another electric powered motorized weed eater. And I'm really sorry, Don, but damn it, it's pretty handy to be able to just grab a battery when that one goes down and put it in, and then I'm off to the races again. And by the time I get done with that one, the one that was dead is charged again. So you might have to move forward and learn how to work on electric small engines.
That's possible.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, though, okay, there is some romanticism, and there is some hope for the younger generations. Okay, we have a electric go-kart at our house. It goes 14 miles an hour. My kids tool around the cul-de-sac in the electric go-kart. It drifts. It does some cool things. But my daughter went on a field trip to Boomers, and she's like, oh my gosh, the go-karts there. And this is what her quote was. They're like real. I was like, what do you mean by they're like real? Like, what do you think?
They stink.
Yeah. She's like, it was awesome. You get in it, it's making noise, you smell the gas, and
push that gas pedal.
And she said afterwards, after everybody did the go-karts for a couple hours, everybody's face was black. And she was like thrilled about that. This is a girl. Like, my daughter is the most girly girl of girls, okay? Like, make sure I do skincare at 11 years of age, have a little mirror in my room that lights up with a big desk attached to it so I can have all my products there. But
she's still a kid, and it's fun that she's driving.
Oh, my gosh. And I
mean,
was like...
go-kart was my gateway drug to wanting to drive.
Oh, dude, it was the best. It was the best. Go-karts... Like, can we just, once we go through all this, I'm afraid that gas go-kart, hopefully, Don, when it's all said and done, we'll probably all be moved on by the time we've moved on from gas. But, there's hope for your trade because kids love go-karts.
I think Donald Trump might put a stop to that. On gas.
Well, for a little bit, yeah, but then the lobbies will get back into it. I mean, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Great talking to you, Donald. Have a great day. That's the thing, and we were just saying it earlier. When the marketplace decides it's time to move to a new propulsion system, we will, because it'll be more efficient, it'll be cheaper, and everybody wants to save money. Nobody wants you to throw stuff away to prove a point unless you have stupid money. And I doubt there's going to be a majority of us having stupid money as we move forward. All right, here comes Dumbass of the Day. brought to you by Davis Water Conditioning. Forever Chemicals, it's a real thing. The FDA lists around 5,000 different substances as forever chemicals, and they're ending up in the water in your homes. But Davis Water Conditioning has solutions. Visit them online to find out how they can help you. That's daviswaterconditioning.com.
How pathetic can some people be?
When your wife calls you and says, I bought a new dress or I bought a piece of jewelry, you're like, well, that's fine. But when they call and say, I bought us a new car, your first reaction is, I'm sorry? I said, what kind of car did you buy? And she goes, I'm going to surprise you. I said, no, you're not. She bought us a minivan. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the biggest goober mobile you could ever own in your life. There is no way to be cool in a minivan.
Yes, there is.
You could have on leather pants, a leather jacket, cool boots. You get in a minivan, Bermuda shorts, black socks, and sandals.
Yes, that's Steph.
And she must have walked in this dealership and said, I want the complete goober package. She got us a luggage rack. We don't use a luggage rack. She got tinted windows on every window but the driver's side. That would be the goober viewing hole. And if that wasn't bad enough, she got wood paneling. Loser! Nobody has ever stopped me at an intersection and said, dude, is that walnut? Nope, it's adhesive.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOC.
That's a trend I'm glad we saw go away from all cars, not just minivans, but that plastic wood that would just fade in the sun.
That was horrible.
It was a bad look.
I think every time I think of not Christmas Vacation, just Lampoon's Vacation, whatever it was, Wally World, because he had it on that made-up station wagon. Or maybe it was real for a minute, I'm not sure. But this guy is a tech guru that ordered his Waymo. And a Waymo is an autonomous car, meaning it drives itself, comes to your house, picks you up. Supposed to take him to an airport. He had a flight to catch out of Scottsdale. He got to the...
By the way, autonomous guy that takes autonomous car to the airport, not good enough to fly... too good to fly out of Sky Harbor. He's going to fly out of Scottsdale.
So he gets to the airport. Everything's going great. He's like, oh, this is cool, and then it gets into a parking lot, starts doing circles. And he can't get out of the car because, it's locked. He won't let him out. He's, stuck in there, and this thing's doing circles. So, there must be a phone number on the back seat. He calls the operator.
Why is this happening to me on a Monday? I'm in a Waymo car.
To rider support. This call may be recorded for quality assurance.
This car is just going in circles. Didn't happen to me. And it did happen to me. Is this a prank? By the third, fourth loop, we got a problem. So I end up hearing them contact me in the car.
Hi there, Mike. This is Gab. I'm calling from Waymo Support. I'm just calling because I received a notification that your car might be experiencing some routing issue. Please bear with me while I am...
I got a flight to catch. Why is this thing going in a circle? I'm getting dizzy. Look at what it's doing.
I understand. I'm really, really sorry, Mike. We're currently working with the situation of the vehicle. Is it circling around a parking lot, right?
It's circling around a parking lot. I got my seatbelt on. I can't get out the car. Has this been hacked? What's going on? I feel like I'm in the movies.
If you have your app pulled up, I need you to tap My Trip in the lower left corner of your app.
Can't you just do it? You should be able to handle it. Take over the car. You don't need my phone.
I don't have an option to control the car.
Maybe that's something you guys should have worked
out. Can you stop this car?
I am trying to pull it over right now. Apologies.
It's the future of where things are going, so I'm definitely a part of that. And I thought, hey, this would be a cool experience, but it wasn't.
He'll never jump in a Waymo again, I'm sure. The sad
for
thing
a very
is,
long time.
Dude, they should not be putting anybody on hold while they're trapped in a car.
Okay. Did they get that woman from DirecTV? Because I swear to God, she sounded just like, oh, I'm sorry, sir, I can't do that from here. You're going to have to reset your box. I'm like, wait a second. I'm in a car, man. This is not DirecTV. This is a car.
Okay, what I'm going to need you to do is just open the app on your
out.
phone. It's like, no, you guys should have, this is not, by the way, We're talking about gas versus electric this morning. Not a problem at gas stations. Gas stations, there's a problem. There's a big red button. Put a big red button in your damn Waymo, okay?
Yeah. Let's go back to the 70s. Emergency stop right here. Every ride at an amusement park has one. Gas stations have one.
Jeez,
put it in your autonomous car.
Like you're putting people in a car that a robot drives, and you and these Waymos, they don't like. There was that story last year where there was like 200 of them all stuck in a parking lot honking their horns in San Francisco at 3:00 in the morning.
Because, they have a sensor. If you get too close to a car, it'll honk. And they're all in a parking lot trying to park. And all. Yeah.
There's obviously problems with it. Put a big red button in the friggin' car.
Congratulations, Waymo. You are Jeff and Jeremy.
Dumbass of the day. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 01111911.